What it do, world? Hey, y'all witnessing the worst Rico case with your own eyes. And before I say free Thug, I gotta say free my nigga Jack and free my nigga Tuck, nigga. It was self-defense, nigga. I'm Tuck in, straight up. But free Thug too. You feel me? This judge milked the head ass. No, he could have been through this shit out. But he don't want to make the DA look weak. Why she trying Trump trial, which she knows is a real Rico, but not this one? Because this is a vendetta case, man. This ain't no Rico case, man. Let's look at the embarrassment, man.
Prosecution and copy the court out on Friday. And it's really in regards to our witnesses and the witness list that we received on Friday at 11:59. And then another witness list, a different witness list that we received yesterday evening at 6:55. Our position is that their names on that witness list, specifically the one that was received last night, that are witnesses, that are new names that were advised are being called today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and we think are violative of what the court has ordered previously. Just very briefly, chronologically, as the court knows, about 2 weeks ago, we received a list of witnesses when the court said to the prosecution, listen, give them a list of witnesses that you intend to call in the course of the next week or two. They gave us a list of 70 names, approximately, indicating that those witnesses, those names would be called over the course of the first 1 to 3 weeks of trial. We relied upon that, and even though there were names on there that we had not had the opportunity to interview, and we gave those names to the state, we still began to prepare and go through those 70 witnesses and all of the appropriate and accompanying documents and reports and so forth tied to them. Last week, last Thursday, before we left here, we asked the court again to ask the state, to order the state to give us, just out of fairness, being above board, giving us an opportunity to properly defend our clients, a list of witnesses that they intended to call this week, either Monday or at least the first couple of days of this week. The court gave the state, said, well, give it, they didn't have it then, they said they didn't know who they were going to call. That's on last Thursday. The court said, okay, well, give them the list, a list of next week's witnesses by 12 noon tomorrow. That would have been Friday. At 11:59, we received an email from the state with a list of 19 names that they purported, at least in the email, that they're going to call this coming week. Of those 19 names, 17 were not amongst the initial list of 70 that they had given us 2 weeks prior.
Were they anywhere in the discovery?
They were in the discovery, yes. But again, going back to what we had discussed previously in regards to contact information not received and the state being late in turning over.
What kind of witnesses are they? Are they foundational witnesses in terms of evidence that's kind of sought to be admitted, or are they substantive witnesses?
I believe they're substantive witnesses. They're all over the place. I know they are. There are law enforcement witnesses. There were lay witnesses. There are crime lab personnel. So they're all over the place. Those are the witnesses we received on Friday at 11:59. Mm-hmm. As the court knows, I sent an email to the prosecution. I copied the court on it. The court responded to that email and indicated that the court's, my word, displeasure at the state appearing to not comport with the court's order and the court's direction yesterday. And so we spent the weekend trying to make a determination or try to decipher, okay, are we going to be preparing these 19 witnesses or witnesses from the original list of 70? On yesterday evening at 6:55 p.m., we received an email from the prosecution with a list of 17 witnesses indicating, well, these are the witnesses we're going to be calling over the course of the next few days, next week. Some of them were on that list of 19 that we received on Friday. Some of them were not. Notably, as regards Mr. Williams, one of those witnesses is a witness, a police officer, an officer Officer Fikes from Brookhaven, that is in regards to an incident involving Mr. Williams and Mr. Kitchens.
Didn't he testify earlier at a motion that we had? Fights?
I believe Fikes did.
He did.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like you haven't seen him before.
Well, no, it's not like this is not a witness, but what I'm getting at is what the court ordered and what the court said to the state in the interest of giving us an opportunity to prepare and not have to delay and know what's coming next. That was not a person who was on the list that had been given us in the list of 70 or the list of 19. There are other witnesses on that list that we received on yesterday evening, and yesterday evening, for God's sake. I'm going to let other attorneys speak for themselves, but it is simply flaunting and thumbing its nose at what the court ordered. There was a reason that you ordered that they give us that information well enough in advance for us to prepare. There was a reason that you did that, and it was because of something that they did. And so it appears at this point that the state's position is, well, we're going to do what we want to do anyway. And we're going to give you a list of witnesses that maybe you will be ready for, maybe you won't be ready for. Maybe they're consistent with what we've given you before, maybe they're not. And certainly it's not. And so I am asking the court, certainly on behalf of Mr. Williams, as it relates to Officer Fikes, that they not be allowed to call him this week. There are other items, there are other witnesses we've prepared for, that we've started preparing for. Other witnesses who have a ton of reports and exhibits.
Is because they ain't ready. They were never ready. They jumped the gun, bro. On some real shit, man. We watching the clown show in real time, dog. Look at all this taxpayer money, man, that they wasting, bro. Look how many different lawyers in here jumping on one witness every time. Clown show.
And so forth that we simply are not ready for. I don't believe, quite frankly, that Officer Fikes has ever come. He has not. He's not testified. And he may have been on the list, but he's not testified. I don't believe he may have been referenced before, but he's not testified before. And so, Judge, I'm asking the court to preclude them from calling this witness, at least this week. And I'll let other attorneys speak for themselves, but I'd ask you to do something. This is, what, the third, fourth, fifth time that we've addressed this issue, and the state's position just appears to continue to be, we're going to do what we want to do anyway, regardless of what the court has ordered or instructed us to do. We're simply not in a position to try a case in this fashion. I'd ask you to do something. Something.
Do something.
All right. Anybody else?
Do something, milk dug head ass nigga. You keep on letting all this shit blow over, man. This shit been a mistrial from the jump. Because y'all gonna keep reaching to the point where it's just gonna be that the jury looking at y'all motherfuckers like, what the hell is going on? How the hell is a ounce of weed contributing to a nigga that's making real millions? What, man?
Who's going to add something new? Because we do have the Harvey rule in effect. You got the list of 70. You didn't know which ones you were going to call. But it sounds like, you've gone ahead and you went outside the original list of 70 and you picked 19 that weren't even in the round of consideration, nor did you tell the court, hey, Judge, remember I told you, and you've been before me a long time, Ms. Hilton, a forewarned judge is a happy judge.
Correct.
So if that were the case, then I could have fashioned a remedy at that point in time or gotten involved in, hey, let's just call X, Y, and Z. But what it looks like to me is, as Mr. Adams just said, that you're just kind of saying, hey, well, bump the court. I don't care what you say. We're going to call and we're going to present this case the way we want to, which is your right. But when I get involved in this, you run the risk of, okay, well, my mother used to have a saying, if you can't hear, you feel. So maybe you all need to feel exclusion.
Yeah.
Well, can I tell you what the state did this weekend so that we could...
Before he was available, and unfortunately I had an obligation that I just could not get out of, but that's why you do not spring this on the last minute. Additionally, Your Honor, after the state sent their email on Friday and you responded and you said, listen, go back to the list of 70 and for Monday, 5 to 10 people for Monday, and then we'll address the other issues. I listened to the court. So when the state started going their own path after your email, email, I was very, very confused. But I stood by your email and the order of this court. Additionally, Your Honor, just logistics. When we left here Thursday, I'm leaving thinking and carrying the files with me of the 70 individuals that's supposed to be up next for the next 2 weeks. Honestly, Your Honor, the 2017-18 case for Mr. Nichols that the state all of a sudden is about to put on this morning, I left it. I didn't even have it with me. And the courthouse was locked over the weekend. This is why you do not do this.
You have a backup file electronically, ma'am.
Your Honor, I have a backup file with some of discovery, but not my work product. I had dozens and dozens of pages of notes. Even when I cross-examined these individuals, I had notes in reference to that. But my point is this is why you do not do this, and you have been so patient with the state in reference to these last-minute pivots, and I, for the life of me, I cannot understand that after you responded to their email saying go back to the 70 for Monday, I completely do not understand how the state could continue and go the direction that they chose to go after you already said this is what we're doing.
Who is this sister girl, man? Who is the sister girl, man? She's the truth, dog. Period. She's the truth, man. Like this shit, y'all, they just keep doing what they want to do. Because they don't have a case, man. They trying to build some shit. Come on, man, quit playing. Y'all, man. Like, man, this is a vendetta case, man. This ain't no Rico, man. Sister girl, hey, whoever you a bad mother, shut your.
Your Honor,
So
when we
you
read
respond to
the
that
email,
because
yes,
because
Your
I'm
Honor.
kind of at because no response to me would lead the court to believe that what I just said earlier, that you all decided, well, you're going to just follow your own path.
Your Honor, when the state read your email, what I understood to be is have 5 to 10 individuals. I did not read it, and I'm going to reread it again to say for Monday.
Yes.
All right, so you're aware that you charged, and I think you went over this a little bit, and you're direct, Mr. Nichols with 1, 2, 3 possession of firearms during commission of a felony, correct?
Yes.
All right, and you're aware that they were no pros, dismissed.
Yeah, I wasn't aware, but okay.
Okay. All right, and you said that it was 3 guns, right?
Yes.
Okay, and you're aware that the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, that 2 of those counts, you're aware they were dismissed?
No.
You're not? Okay. All right, now, you charged Mr. Nichols, right? You filled out the arrest warrants. And you did not arrest Mr. Nichols for any gang charge, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm finished, Your Honor.
Anybody else?
You feel me? Like, plain and simple. What we doing? What the hell are we doing? Y'all talking about first y'all had 700. Y'all compressed it to 400. Y'all can't even get 5 people in there out of the 70. Like, what the hell is going on, man? That shit is crazy, man. Free Thug and free my niggas. Y'all know what it is, man, with me, man. Leave your comments, man. It's true. And I'm out.